We begin tonight with new developments from the Isaac School District on the heels of a financial crisis. The district now cutting jobs to help pay back millions in debt. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. For 12 News at 10, I'm Caribe Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. The school board voted tonight to outsource their cafeteria workers, landscapers, and nighttime custodians to third-party companies. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra explains what this means for those employees.
Many of those cafeteria workers were here tonight. One woman who's been with the district for more than 30 years tells me she feels blindsided by the school board's vote. She doesn't know if she'll have a job come March 1st. A group of Isaac School cafeteria workers are thinking about next steps after learning the district will soon be eliminating their jobs.
It's outright wrong, and it's a stab in the back to these wonderful employees who have dedicated their lives to our district.
The Isaac School Board voted to outsource cafeteria workers, landscapers, and nighttime custodians to third-party vendors. Current district employees in those departments will be offered positions with the new companies. But Isaac District Education Association President Andrea Valencia says they're worried about what this will mean for benefits and retirement plans.
This is detrimental to our district.
This decision comes after the district fell into $28 million of debt. They were able to pay that debt off after selling one of its schools to Tolleson Union High School District for $25 million. Now School Board President Patricia Jimenez tells us they're saving money in hopes of paying Tolleson back in 3 years.
Yeah, we have to make these tough decisions. It's very hard, but receiver, they're in control right now, and we have to make sure that we support them so we could get out of our finances as quickly as possible.
Some parents are disappointed.
These people has been faithful to this district for years,
saying the board and district administrators should be held responsible, not essential employees.
They are responsible. They have to be accountable about their choices.
These cafeteria workers are going home feeling blindsided, not knowing what their next steps will be.
We're fighting so hard, to keep our district here so that our students have a place to go.
The school board president could not tell us exactly how many jobs will be affected by this decision. In Phoenix, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you. Happening right now, DPS is investigating after someone was killed in a crash on State Route 347 near Maricopa. Details right now are limited, but officials say that the crash was near Casablanca Road and it killed a pedestrian. It is unclear whether that person was walking on the highway or was on the side of the road. The northbound lanes of the 347 remain closed as DPS investigates. The southbound lanes are unaffected. Scottsdale police say Dobson High School football coach Richard Godsill was one of more than 200 people arrested during a human trafficking investigation. Godsill was arrested on campus last week. Police say that Godsill will face charges of luring a minor for sexual exploitation. Officials say that no students in the Mesa Public School District are affected, but they have not released any more details about the case. Stay with 12 News for more updates.
Today, the woman who was pulled from a burning car on the US 60 was reunited with the heroes who saved her life on Tuesday morning. The entire rescue was caught on camera. Chandler police officer Brian Larison and Peoria firefighter Asa Paglia bravely ran to the burning truck to save Amy Ruiz. And 12 News cameras were there rolling this morning when they reunited.
Oh, I'm shaking.
Hi.
Oh my gosh.
We got you.
It felt so good hearing that from you. I thought my life was over. I seriously thought it was. You just think of all the moments that you just had, your happy moments, and you just think it's all going to be over from there.
Unbelievable. I'm trying to figure out why this has resonated. This story has resonated not only here, but across the country.
I think maybe because the video is just so shocking because you see it really from start to finish.
Yeah.
You see the crash happen. the rescue, her emotions. And then these two men are willing to talk about it too and share their experience. And they're so humble about it.
They are. And the other thing I was thinking is, I think we all want to feel good about something.
For sure.
You know, times are so tough in some ways, and there's a lot of dissatisfaction. So this is something that we can all get behind and feel good about.
And of course, you know, we all put ourselves in that position.
Of course,
you know?
sure.
We all drive the freeway.
Would we do what they did?
Exactly correct. All right, well, tonight, hundreds of Little League baseball players in the Valley were told that their practices and their games had to be canceled. They tell 12 News journalist Chase Golightly it's because vandals came in and stole the copper wiring to the field lights, and now everybody is literally in the dark on when this problem is going to get fixed.
You probably can't tell, but right now I'm standing on one of the softball fields here at Mountain Vista Park where the lights are supposed to be on even at this time of night. And now the Ahwatukee Little League baseball season is in jeopardy because of it.
Here we go.
You always hear practice makes perfect.
Battle boy.
Which is why all three fields at Ahwatukee's Mountain Vista Park near I-10 and Ray Road are filled with Little Leaguers. But these players, like 12-year-old Maddox Murphy, were told they'll have to stop once the sun goes down because none of the lights work.
I heard somebody came in and was messing with them for, I don't know.
Phoenix police say vandals came in and ruined the wiring, trying to steal the copper.
I was kind of mad because now practices and games have to end shorter. It's kind of frustrating.
Little League and the spring every year is something we all look forward to.
Maddox's mom, Sarah Murphy, also not happy.
It would just be a shame if the kids cannot benefit from this awesome community Little League program due to a light situation.
This isn't the only park that was hit. Right down the road at Pecos Park, the lights are also out. Everywhere you look, you can see electrical wiring exposed and cut from the vandals, leading to coaches having to use another phrase during practice.
Here we are telling a bunch of 9 to 12-year-olds, you're burning daylight, and it's got a totally different meaning.
Seth O'Brien is the president for Ahwatukee Little League that serves 700 kids on 48 different teams. Because of the outage, he says not everyone is able to play.
Basically, we've been canceling and postponing a lot of field time, and ultimately it's going to affect how many games we're able to play and the experience the kids are going to get this year.
With the season starting this Saturday, he says some games have been canceled and others are expected to be cut short.
That's a major hit to a league that's trying to service 700 youth and their families.
Phoenix Parks and Rec tells us they are aware of the situation and are working to get the problem fixed as soon as possible.
It's been everything from hopefully a few weeks to we're not sure if it'll happen until the summer.
Everyone here hoping the problem is fixed sooner rather than later so these young kids can play the game they love. Phoenix police tell me there have been no arrests in either case, but this investigation is still open. We're in Ahwatukee. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Chase, thanks. Investigators with the NTSB have started collecting evidence after a deadly plane crash in Marana, just north of Tucson. Yesterday, two planes collided in midair. One was able to land safely while the other crashed and caught fire. Both people on board that plane were killed, while the two on the other plane survived. The NTSB says they'll finish their on-site work tomorrow, and they'll issue a report within the next month. A Valley woman has been indicted by a grand jury for allegedly submitting forged signatures on the abortion initiative last fall. Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell says 53-year-old Michelle Brimmer provided false signatures to the Secretary of State's office. The 14-count indictment lists 7 names of Arizona voters who saw their names on a petition that they never actually signed. The petition had more than 800,000 signatures, so Mitchell says this wouldn't have made a lot of difference on whether or not the measure qualified for the ballot. However, she hopes the indictment serves as a warning to others.
Petition signatures undermine the public's trust in our elections and will not be tolerated by this office. We're talking about a case that involved fraudulent signatures placed on an election petition. That is a crime, and those who engage in that conduct will be held accountable.
Mitchell said Brimmer gathered signatures for the petition last summer, but more details on how she did it won't be released until her next court appearance next month.
Still ahead at